This is the story of Sofia Zhukova, a grumpy old woman who lived alone in Russia. She ended the lives of children and made sweets with them. She absolutely hated children, so she created a butchery in her home. Disappearances started happening in the neighborhood. The first was a wandering adult male with alcohol issues that usually ended up sleeping on the streets until one day he vanished into thin air, and only Sofia knew why. A while later, it was a little girl named Anastasia Alexenko, who was just 7 years old at the time. No one saw her again until authorities found her body in a very horrible state. After the disappearances, Sofia changed. She suddenly became more friendly and she started sharing her food with neighbors, especially with children. She gave away jellies which had a peculiar color and texture. Her neighbors were confused because she wasn't known to be that nice, so they checked the sweets and human remains were found in them. The whole neighborhood was thrown into shock, and the answer to all their questions was in her home. According to the neighbors, she wasn't always like that. Everything changed when she lost her husband, which might have created a disorder in her that turned her into a despicable person who would end up being caught. The community called the police, and little by little, clues appeared. Remains were found in trash bags that seemed to be the missing man. It was discovered that that wasn't her first crime, as she was investigated years ago because one of her neighbors went missing. She was a prime suspect in that case, but evidence was never found to convict her. This time, the police decided to raid her apartment and searched every inch of it thoroughly. They knew that she had been a butcher, so they checked her fridge, where they found human body parts. She was immediately arrested. She was taken to court, and when her charges were read to her, she laughed out loud. She denied all the charges against her at first, but later confessed to them. Unfortunately, justice was never served because Sophia died of COVID-19 before her sentencing ever took place. She was posthumously found guilty of 3 murders. It is suspected that there were more victims, but only 3 could be confirmed.